Hello students, welcome to our English class. We were in the chapter 2 Pip Meets a Convict, which is written by Charles Dickens. Children, do you remember what we had discussed in our last class? Yes. Now I'll be explaining you in few sentences. Children, you just recall in your mind, okay? Till now we read that as an infant Pip wouldn't pronounce his name as well as his surname. So he called himself Pip to make it short. One day, he stood in the churchyard looking at his parents' tombstone and was crying. Suddenly, he heard a horrible voice asking him to stop making noises. The man was very frightening both in his look and behavior. He wore a grey colored dress soaked in mud water from ditches. He had a big iron chain on his legs as he was an escaped convict and was walking with difficulty. Now let's read out what happens next. Children, open page number 24. Oh, don't cut my throat, sir, I pleaded in terror. Here Pip addressed the man as Sir and honestly requested him in extreme fear not to cut his throat. Tell me your name, said the man quick. Okay, what the man is asking? Pip to tell his name. Here Pip replied, Pip, sir. Once more, said the man, staring at me louder. Okay, here Pip replied twice. Pip, Pip, sir. Show me where you live, said the man. Point out the place. Okay, what the man is asking Pip to show where he lives. I pointed to where our village lay a mile from the church. Here, Pip is pointed that he lives near the village, which is a mile away from the church. The man looked at me closely, then he turned me upside and emptied my pockets. There was nothing in them but a piece of bread. The upside down view of the church righted itself when he placed me on a high tombstone. I sat trembling while he ate the bread ravenously. Ravenously means eating fast due to greed or hunger. Here the man looked at Pip very closely. That is, he looked at him very minutely and then he turned Pip into an inverted position. That is, he held his legs in the upward direction and his head downward and removed all that he had in its pockets. Pip said that there was nothing in its pocket except a piece of bread. Okay? Only a piece of bread he had. Can you see this picture? See here? Pip was sitting and was trembling with fear while the man was eating the bread in such a way as if he was extremely hungry. Now look here, said the man. Where are your parents? The man told Pip to look at him and asked Pip about his parents. There, sir, and I. Okay, what this Pip is telling? There, sir. The man jumped and made a short run, but then he stopped and looked over his shoulder. When the man heard that Pip's parents were there, the man jumped at once and ran shortly. Actually, he thought Pip's parents were near him, but looked over Pip's shoulder and found no one was there. So he stopped. Children, where was Pip's parents? Actually, Pip's parents are dead, right? They are in the tombstone. There, sir, I timidly said, pointing to the tombstone. Okay, timidly means he's very frightened. Pip, with a lack of courage, said, there, sir, by pointing to the tombstone of his parents. Oh, said the man, so who do you live with? if I let you live, which I haven't made up my mind about. The man was relieved to hear this and asked with whom he lived. Then the man said that he had not yet decided whether he will keep Pip alive or not. My sister, sir, Mrs. Joe Gregory, wife of Joe Gregory, the blacksmith, sir. Okay, what is Pip is telling? That he live with his sister. What is his sister name? Mrs. Joe Gregory, the wife of Joe Gregory. The blacksmith. Children, what is the blacksmith? A person who creates tools and objects out of metal. Next page. Blacksmith. Huh, said he, and looked down at his leg. Okay, he was very surprised to hear that Pip's brother-in-law was a blacksmith. After looking at his leg and me several times, he took me by both arms and tilted me back as far as he could hold me. Then he stared into my eyes. Tilted means like getting slightly mad. After looking at his leg, he looked towards Pip's several times and took him by his both arms and bent him back as far as he could hold him. Then the man looked angrily into the Pip's eyes. Children, can you see this picture? See, the convict is holding Pip's arm and he was angrily staring the Pip. Now look here, he said, I need to decide if I will let you live. Do you know what a file is? He asked him to look at him. Now the convict need to decide whether he will keep Pip alive or not. Then he inquired, what is a file? Children, what is a file? File means it is a tool used for something or sharpening metal. Now Pip replied, yes sir. And you know what is grub? Children, grub means food, okay? And here the Pip replied, yes sir. After each question, he tilted me over a little more. This made me feel helpless. I was in danger. After each question, the man bent Pip over a little more. This made Pip feel very helpless. He felt that he was in danger. You get me a file, he tilted me again. And you get me a grub, he tilted me again. You bring them both to me, he tilted me again. Or I will have your heart and liver out, he tilted me again. The Pip again and asked him to bring a file, and then he again inclined him to ask him to bring some food. Okay, file means it's a tool which is used for sharpening metal. Grub means food. Okay. Then he tilted him again and asked him to bring both the file and food, and threatened him that he will have Pip's heart and liver out if he disobeys these words. Disobeys this convict's words. He again tilted. Who tilted? The prisoner tilted to Pip. Okay, children? Till here we will stop. We will continue this remaining part. We will continue in our next class. Thank you, students.